I realized something that no one has mentioned, and this is in regard to, was it Scorsese yet? That director saying, "Are superhero movies cinema?" Or basically he was dismissing the Marvel movies as cinema. Which when you look into context, it means superhero movies in general. Because that's what Marvel movies are, right? What I realized is, you could say, who cares what they think? And that's true. But at the same time, think about this. It just occurred to me that it is actually the ultimate insult to all comic book movies. In other words, you're dismissing the notion of a comic book movie as quote-unquote cinema. And you're essentially saying that these movies are not considered movies, that they're not cinema, that they're not really movies. That just is a way to undercut, and to give the ultimate insult, really, to dismiss the genre, to actually dismiss it, saying, you're in a movie theater, it's a movie, and then someone is saying, that's not a movie. It doesn't count. That's actually the ultimate insult. Because it's worse than even saying that it's a bad movie, or the movie sucks, or it's a terrible movie. That goes beyond that, because you're actually dismissing the whole genre and saying it's not even a movie. You see? It's one thing to say a movie sucks, or it's terrible, or it's bad. It's another to call it's not even a movie. That's actually more of an insult. You're dismissing it, period. And as I said before, and we know, old Hollywood, they hate this stuff. It may make millions of dollars, and they tolerate it, but secretly they hate it. And they want to stick to their corny movies that don't make even $100 million. And that if you ask 10 people on the street, none will say that they ever saw it. Like, usually they give the Best Picture nomination to some crappy movie that never deserved it every year. Where they're wrong is the old generation of filmmakers, when they pass, you're having the new generation of filmmakers, the people in their 20s now, in their teens now, who in 10 or 20 years will be filmmakers who grew up on this stuff. They will be making homages and idolizing and trying to replicate their childhood in their film when they make films. You know? The next generation will be into it. But the old ones, they hate it. And secretly they always do. And they don't get it. And they don't care for it. And they never did. And that's the secret that they'll never admit publicly. At least most of them. As for game movies, they still stink. Video game movies might have an occasional good film, but it's very rare. For the most part, they're what comic book movies used to be in the 70s to the 90s. Crappy films that don't deliver.